Hi everyone, welcome back to Let's Do Bonsai. We've got a little bit of work to do. We've received a request from a company that do grow lights to do a quick review of one of their products if they kindly send it to me. It will be an honest review because I'm not being paid for it. I'm just being supplied with a grow light to check over and test. At the same time, I've got a little bit of potting up to do with a little succulent, a little crassula for my son's partner. She unfortunately lost her granddad just recently. The funeral's looming and it's a very sad time for the family. And he's asked me if I'll pot up a nice little jade tree. Well, what else? Of course I will. So he's given me a pot to put it in. It was a pot that I bought a variegated Portula Carriera, funnily enough, and we're going to go and do that now, and then we'll have a look at this grow light. So here we are in the green wing. Everything's continuing to do well in here, but more on that later. This is the little pot that Portula Carriera came in. I saw it, it was about £3, and I thought, you know what, I want that. I'm not bothered about this, I want that. So I repotted the pot into this little pot that something had died in, so hopefully this will live in it. And I kept it in its original soil, you can see there, and basically just put some well draining soil around it. So we're going to put the jade into this thing. It's got no holes in the bottom, so that's not a problem because we're going to put it into a small pot and let it grow inside, so that fits in there okay. Any excess water will pool into the bottom of there. So the plant that I've decided is going to go into it has been growing for a little while. It's this nice little crassula, which was a branch cutting. You can see it divided into two up there, and it's got something coming off the trunk just there. It's had some aerial roots and some flaky bark, so it's not a bad little tree to pass on. So we're going to get it out of this little pot. We will use some succulent mix in there. It won't take a great deal, but let's get on with that now. So I've got my procrastination brew. Let's get on. So I've got a pot of some core soil here, and what I'm going to do is just tease this out of its pot. We might just have to dig around a bit. There you go, it's come out, it's nice and dry. I left it to dry out, and we'll just get a rake and we'll just rake some of the old soil away. You can see we've got lots of nice fine fibrous roots from the jade. These things just grow and grow and grow, so we don't have to worry too much about the root. But it's got a nice little output of roots pretty much from one spot, but that will feed the whole plant tree. So we'll just let that sit in the corner, and then I'm going to mix that into the composty soil, so that will give us a fairly decent little mix. We'll put some soil in, maybe a little bit less than that, and then we'll get our little tree And I am going to just trim some of these roots off as they go into this pot, and we will just force that down into that soil, and then just lift the soil in, push it down nice and gently so as not to damage the roots too much, but the roots will be fine, they'd grow back anyway. And then we have our little tree. Nice and easy. A little bit of soil on the top to keep it dressed in nice. And that's going to go into our little chicken shaped holder. And there it is. What I will do is I will clean up these leaves. So we'll just come in with the spray. We'll let that sit for a while. That is some plant invigorator and bug killer. So if there's anything on there, that should deal with any nasty little bugs. And we'll just brush the leaves with the toothbrush. There's a little bit of something up the top here, so we will make sure to get rid of that. The spray should take care of anything and kill it off, and then afterwards we can give it a nice little watering, seeing as we let the soil dry up, so it'll be ready for a watering. So that's it all drained off and set. They'll be able to choose what side they want to see. I mean, that's obviously the back for me, and there's our front. And we'll just come in with some water, wash that away, we'll let that soak, and then we'll lift the jade out and just dry out the inside of the pot. So there it is, our little chicken jade. I hope she likes it, and I hope that it continues to do well. So we received this package in the post, and I'm assuming that this is the light, grow light that was sent. I will get the details of the company that sent it, and there will be some links for where you can buy it from in the description below. So this is the LED grow light that was sent. I'll get the details in a moment of the company that sent them, but what I did like about it was it's got a timer function, it's got a fill light for the plants, 3 colour adjustable, and it's obviously very bendy, and there's 4 lights, so you could have different levels of lighting for, you know, depending on the size or height of your trees. But the main thing for me was the light, fill light, and the timer function. So you wouldn't need to have to turn it on and off. You can set it, and I believe these are also got a dimmable function on as well, where you can dim the lights. So let's open it up, see what we get inside. So we've got a plug with a USB adapter on it, which is good, and then you've got a USB lead onto the actual light itself, and then it's in the box folded over, so I'll just straighten that out. And at the bottom is a very strong clip, so I'm just going to clip it to the wood here, and then we'll come and have a look. So you can see there that it's clipped to the edge of the workbench, and then you've got 4 360-degree bendable lights, and we can take off these protective sleeve coverings. I'll do all that in a moment. And then these have some protective layers on as well, which we can take off, that's obviously been stopping the outer casing of the light being scratched and damaged. So I'll get all that cleaned up, and we'll get some space made, and then we'll have a quick look at what we're doing. So I've moved us down a little bit to get us plugged in, and I've switched it on. We've still got the covers on the lighting casing just in case I do anything that damages it. I don't want to damage it. And I was just taking a quick look at the controller here, and you've got a nice easy off button, on button. The next one up is a timer, so you press the timer button for how long you'd want it on. So I would imagine you press it the once, you'll get 3 hours. Press it again, you will get 9 hours. Press it again and it will be 12 hours. And there are little LEDs sat behind the numbers, so you can see that it's moved across, and it is back illuminated in here, so you can see what's going on. And then if you press it again, the timer goes off. You have these arrow round functions which select how many lights are on. I think it did. Let's have a look. Yep, so it brings it down to just 1 LED. Press again, you get 2 LEDs. Press again, you get all the LEDs. So 1 missing 2, 2 missing 1, and 3 the full function. And then you've got a plus and minus, which is your dimmables. And I've just had a quick press around with it, and it's 9 presses to fully lit or fully dimmed. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's fully dimmed. And then when we start going brighter again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it didn't take much working out. I didn't look at the instructions for that. I just played around for a short while, literally minutes, not even minutes. And that's how easy that was to work out how it works. There is a controller, and it explains how to use it. So you've got a 4-key controller depending on which light you get. This is the 4-key controller, and then there are other controllers, and they are a 6-key controller. And it says there a short press for 9 kinds of brightness adjustment. So that is the 9 up and 9 down with the plus and minus. And it also explains there how the rest of the functions work. But it was very, very easy to work that out. There's a picture there of suggestions of how the fittings can work. We've got the 4 lamp version here, and it's working off of a mains USB adapter. And obviously if you lost that, nowadays people have USBs straight on their sockets, you'd be able to power it straight up. So people know that I do have, obviously I've got the grow lights up above for everything that's in here, which supplements the light that does come through that roof. But I also have some grow lights up in the garage from when we were using the grow tents. I think what I'll do is we'll get these set up in a growing position with maybe some succulents. So some of the things that are growing here, maybe the Portula caryophyrs, to try and encourage growth on them. See, we've got some flower in there on the Crassula sarcococcolus. That's really nice, and there's some nice little flowers on that one as well. It's a bit wet in there at the moment. I probably need to let it fully dry out. That's one of the Ficus religiosas that we grew from seed. You can see in there the trunk's becoming quite a chunky trunk now. But yeah, these succulents have really gone crazy. These were tiny little things that came through the post and they've gone mad. That fell off the top of one of these and it's growing. These are the Mexican hat plants that I got, some tiny little round cups, and these Mexican hat plants are growing, and you can't really see that well, but this one here, you can just see where the tiny little next growths are coming on the edge of that cup, and when they get to a full size they deliver little seedlings around the edge, and you can just drag them off with your hand, chuck them in soil, and they grow. The guy who sold me those 3 big jades, he just scooped them off and said, here, put them in some soil and they'll grow. And they're lovely little things. I think they'd make a really cool accent if they're caught at the right time. We've got some, these are the pines that were stripped off the Scots pine. Hopefully they'll grow. We've got something growing there on some of the seeds that we planted. I think they're going to be from Rattlesnake Point with Nigel. We got the seeds from there. I'm hoping that's what they are. And then on the end, some Ficus religiosa that have grown from seeds that were years and years and years old, seem to be growing quite well. They're doing really good. And the other Ficus religiosas are on the temple planting. The leaves are a bit scabby. We need to probably get it down and do some pruning, but there's lots of new growth coming in there. This front tree dropped all its leaves and looked like it had died off, and then it's put all this fantastic new growth in. But this was the temple that whilst I was having my Sunday dinner, our good friend Ryan put together and planted out for me. I'd been saying that I was going to do it, and he did it while we were having Sunday dinner. So back to these lights. Nimble, flexible. Hopefully they're going to grow well. Only time will tell on that. So this is the first video. I'll do another video later on to show these and another grow light, so we can compare, you know, what the grow lights do. I've got a full bedded grow light which is meant to be all the LEDs. It comes with all the different colours, which I don't particularly like, all the different colours. These ones here that you can see where they show the blues, the reds, the, you know, everything. I prefer the lighting to be like that and not see the difference. But some of the lights you buy have got all the different LEDs in there to make this difference, whereas these have obviously got all the LEDs inside the single LED to create the white light, and that's what I like. So you'll see in the description below, I will have put that these are the Sondiko plant grow lights for indoor plants, but I'm sure we can utilise these for our bonsais and growing our little seedlings on. There'll be a link to the product in the description below, and I've already had a look and they're not that expensive. I was really surprised at the price, and yeah, I would at the moment recommend them. You know, they're a sturdy build. You know, they're not falling apart. They're a, for the money, they're a quality product. You're getting a bargain for your for your money. For the price that they're charging for these, they're extremely well priced and extremely well built, and I don't think you'll probably go wrong. If you need grow lights in your life for your indoor plants, for your plant babies, these could serve you very well. So I've turned the lights off in the green wing, and you can see the light emanating from the outlets of these is pretty good. You can see how white it is. So this is just an idea of what we could do indoors. So I've managed to bend these into a position to serve a tray of plants, but of course you can bend this one over here, you can bend this one over here. You know, it's almost unlimited as to how you could set these things up. So I'll give them a go. We'll compare them to a full bed light, and oh look, little spider. He's got a big brother somewhere in that comes up from down here, just down in there, and he really does make me think twice. He's a big bugger. Where is he? He comes from down there somewhere. He is got tattoos on his legs. So that's the Sondiko Lights, and you know, for a small area, trying to grow some plants, if you're restricted for light, I think these are going to do you just fine. So there you go, not our normal type of video. I've only ever done one review video before, I think, and that was on the little kit for growing, you know, the tiny little table mat and layout with some tools, and I think we've given that away. We may do the same with these lights. I don't really need them, so once we've done our test on them, who knows, we'll be giving them away to someone. But that's going to do it for today. So get out there and make the best of the rest of your day. Be kind to each other, animals and the planet, and as always, I'll see you again in the next one. And just for Ryan, ta-da folks.